Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You are tuned into another episode of I.O.W. Sports Show with the fellas of I.O.W. Sports. It's episode 305. You got the big homie Nick Shine. He in the building.
Hello.
The homie Detroit Mel. He in the building. And of course, Wildcard Mar. We are all here. We are all feeling good. We are all feeling great because here it is Thursday and we get to talk football. So if anybody doesn't want to talk football today, that sucks for you because we're going to be very football heavy today because there's a lot of stuff to talk about in relation to football, whether it's college football, NFL football,
flag football,
UFL football, which is the XFL and the USFL version. No, I'm kidding. We ain't talking about none of that shit. We're talking NFL heavy. I mean, there's some coaches that parted ways, mutually agreed,
ran shit into the ground, and then was told, "Get the fuck out."
Sounds like my life.
Yes, got the pink slip, and there's more. We are now up to 8 coaching vacancies, and then we'll get more in depth of the wild card weekend because we got some playoff football to really discuss. I know we kind of touched on it Monday, but we're really going to dive into it today.
Cue the DX music. Break it down.
Yeah, we're gonna break it down. Yeah, we're gonna break it down for sure. But hey, y'all know what the deal is. You see everything on the bottom of the screen. That's where you can find us. I.O.W. Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly on the YouTube. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, lets you know when we drop more content. I.O.W. Sports 1 on the Twitter. And you can find us individually on the Twitter as well. So now that we got all the preliminary shit out the way, let's get down to business. And you know what? I'm feeling real good today. Nick, where do you want to start? Because there's 2 coaches that I know you really want to discuss that are no longer.
We'll start with the white boy.
Well, they're both.
First, I'd just like to say, what's up, my
nigga?
So I am upset.
I
am very upset that the New England Patriots decided to move on from Bill Belichick because I thought this motherfucker had so much more damage to do to that organization.
Oh, so you're starting there already.
Amazing.
Okay, here we go.
How awful he is without Tom Brady. They can't find offensive players. They can't draft offensive players. They can't bring in offensive players. I thought he had a lot more damage to do. Having the 4th worst team in the NFL isn't good enough. I wanted them being the worst team in the NFL. Damn you, Bryce Young. Why'd you have to suck so bad?
I'm actually surprised you wanted to start there. I thought you were going to go to Saban. So, I mean, since we're here.
No, I mean, as the Jet fan, I just feel, I felt his job wasn't done. I felt like 4 wins, 5 wins, whatever they ended up with was too many. I thought he could have lowered the bar even further. I mean, I thought Mac Jones had more in his arm. I thought Ezekiel Elliott had less in his legs. I thought the wide receivers could disappear further.
Oh, goodness.
I feel bad, man. I feel like the Patriots fans and their arrogance and their dominance was robbed of seeing just how bad this guy could be. I feel the NFL fan we had something taken away from us. We were robbed, man. We were robbed.
I mean, you sound like me that's how I felt when the Chargers let go of Brandon Staley. I was like, no, keep his ass. That was 2 years for me, bro.
Like, got more suck in him. Hashtag Jamel.
Like, come on, let him suck some more.
Well, that's what you said.
Yeah, boy.
as Mel goes tonsils deep on that bottle of water.
Whoa. New meaning to deep throat.
Yeah, man. You knew it was coming. I guess we have our answer. For 24 years, we've talked about, is it Belichick or Brady? Brady went elsewhere and succeeded. Belichick was nothing before and nothing after.
I don't disagree with you, Nick. But can we at least say that maybe the first Super Bowl was probably more Belichick, and then probably everything else after that was more Brady?
No.
You ain't trying to get into none.
Listen, I'm no Tom Brady lover. You know, I would pay to fight this guy. Like I would pay to fight him to the death. I would throw down and be like, "Yo, let's go! No interruptions. No Gronk coming in off the top rope. Just me and you to the death. Let's go. I got to do this for my people.
Gotta do it for your people.
My people, I mean, Jets fans, not the Caucasian community. But I mean, if they get on board and they're with it, I'm all right. Cool. I'll take the more support.
I don't know. I don't know. You've been adopted by us a long time ago, bro. So I don't know. like they got to come up with some compensation to get you back, dog. Like
draft picks.
Yeah, some draft picks or something. Some financial.
I'm fine where I'm at. I'm fine. I'm okay being here. I'm not asking to be traded. I'm not Devontae Adams going to the Raiders. Saying, hey, move me to New York. I'm good where I'm at.
Move me to the Asian community.
At the battle at the end.
Let's take a quick listen to what. Now hold on. Damn it! This shit always want to mess up.
Can I just real quick while you're getting that done?
Go
I
ahead.
have some audio today from that we're gonna play. I had more cheating in me. I thought I had some more cheating I could have done. The level of my cheating abilities was not tapped out yet, and I thought I could have done much more for clam chowder with cheating.
The clam chowder.
Wow.
All right, hold on for you. Let's hold that thought. Let's listen in on what Belichick had to say. Come on now.
There's so many memories of the fans, the send-offs, the parades, the Sundays, whatever the situations are, the letters of support, seeing the fans, away from here, to gas station or a grocery store, or, where you bump into them, Patriot fans here, and not just in New England, but they extend nationally and even internationally as I've traveled. It's amazing how far the arm reaches. We saw that this year in Germany. So appreciative of the fans for all the support they've given me, my family, and this football team. And it's with just so many fond memories and thoughts that I think about the Patriots and I'll always be a Patriot. I look forward to coming back here, but at this time, we're gonna move on, and I look forward. I'm excited for the future, but always very, very appreciative of the opportunity here, the support here, and what you've done for me.
He couldn't even be emotional, right? But let's.
I'd like to thank all the fans that met me at the gas station and handed me the tapes that they recorded of other teams' practices.
Oh, you got that tape? You got that tape?
We be doing a lot of our dealings at Exxon's at 3:00 in the morning.
Meet me at the Shell. But let's have a conversation on just his coaching legacy. Obviously, the 6 Super Bowls. We can talk about it. You even talked about it, Nick. We've always, as sports fans, had the conversation, whether it was mainly him, Tom Brady, and you can, whatever you sit on that debate. That's your personal choice. But for me, as a football fan, as a sports fan, I recognize his greatness that he's done as a coach, especially a defensive coach, more than anything. I recognize his lackluster job as a GM, and I also recognize the fact that I can never, ever get past the fact that, yes, he has six Super Bowls, but I can't get past the fact that you had scandals after scandals after scandals, and I can't get past that. That, for me, that is forever attached to his legacy. That is forever attached to, quote unquote, the success that he's had. It taints it. I don't care what nobody say. And for me, it taints it. It's no different from when you see a guy that literally, I love Lance Armstrong. I had me a Live Strong band, and when I found out the man, was juicing to compensate for being down one less testicle, I'm like, man, that kind of taints it. I mean, does it not? So for me, I mean, I don't know, fellas, jump in here because that's forever attached to his legacy. It's always going to go like ham and burger, cool and aid. It goes hand in hand.
I said cool and aid.
Yeah, Belichick and cheating goes hand in hand.
Like
So,
Kool-Aid and sugar or Kool-Aid and water, cool and aid, motherfucker.
Kool
It's the
and
same thing. It's a brand. It's a brand.
it goes together. Peanut
Ham
butter
and burger.
Date, rape, and women for you.
Oh, easy. Wait, whoa. Easy. Though. Hey,
I'm sorry.
Let's wait. Let's clarify that in case authorities are watching. It's not a date if you sneak up on her out of nowhere.
Allegedly.
Pills and Pills and Jamel. So that's what I'm saying. Shit goes hand in hand, dog. But jump in here, fellas, man. Just kind of like speak on the legacy part and where you stand on the whole viewing of his legacy. Go ahead, Mel.
I like to start my opening argument with Go Blue.
Wait, you're right. Yeah, okay. Pause for the cause. Jamel, take your little, 2-3 minutes and be excited about Michigan. I forgot all about that. I really did. My bad. Go ahead.
I have to bring up the tape. Hold on. Michigan's not gonna win. It's gonna be Washington. Look, nigga, they're gonna win. I'm telling you. No, it's not. They're not gonna win. I'm telling you that they're gonna win. No, they're not. I'm telling you. No, Washington's gonna win the game.
I don't know what tape that was.
That was Nick.
I just don't want to see you happy. I said I was going to root for Michigan to try to jinx them.
He said, I don't want to see you happy.
No. Mel ever goes to court, I'll be the motherfucker. Lock his ass up!
He guilty.
Let me rephrase that. Not if Mel ever goes. The next time Mel's in court, I'm going to be like...
When. It's not if, it's when.
Yes. For clarification purposes.
If the rule don't fit, you must
Congrats
quit.
on your national title.
I thank you.
You should be a fucking Patriot fan because you can't even win that without cheating.
Oh, my goodness.
There we go. Shots, bang, bang.
Bang.
But
Jim Harbaugh and Bill Belichick have a lot in common because, Mel, they're both cheating ass.
niggas.
Oh man, this is great.
I won't count what Harbaugh does cheating, especially compared to Belichick.
Oh Lord,
it's like Staples with the button. Remember the Staples used to have the button? I got my button right here.
Lord Jesus, this is going to be an interesting show.
This is so awesome. I feel like an honorary
nigga.
Man, say your piece, man. Come on.
No, but when it comes to Belichick, man, I think because like it was alluded to earlier about the argument, was it Brady, was it Belichick? I would argue that it was the combination of both. But giving a better edge or a slight edge to Brady since Brady went somewhere else and won. But Brady still couldn't do it by himself. Brady still had to have someone, the coach, still have a team. So you have to still give Belichick some of that credit.
That's fair.
So, but like you had said, Lamar, his legacy is tainted with the scandals. If you go when he was at Cleveland, he didn't win there. There's other places, he didn't win until he got to New England. He gets to New England, takes over for Parcells, wasn't it? It was a Parcells of Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll for like a day or so.
Right. So
and then it was him.
yeah. So he takes over for him and still didn't win until Brady that infamous game. Russell gets hurt. Brady comes in. Here goes this run. It goes on. So you have to give him some credit. Now, you still have to add in his GM chops were just horrible. All his picks horrible. After Brady left,
offensive pick, defense,
offensive pick, that's right, offensive pick.
Yeah, clarify that because he
was
okay.
You have to question, like, especially more recent picks, like picking my man out of Chattanooga. Was it Chattanooga State or Chattanooga?
Strange.
Yeah.
N'Keal Harry.
Far as it's like, then I understand Kraft giving him a little rope because of because of his history of winning. But you have to see after that second year, and it still didn't look like he was doing anything. I'd have put the rope in. You know, I'm a firm believer of, and I say this all the time. You get rid of people while they have value. You know, now that he has a history, a consecutive of losing, was it 3 years or 4? Is it 4 years?
4.
Yeah, you got 4 years of losing.
Well, he went to the playoffs once after Brady, so let's call it 3.
Okay,
he went to the playoffs. Mac Jones rookie year. Mac Jones just finished. The last 2 seasons have been losing.
Yeah, so we'll say 2 years to be on the safe side. He'd be fair. But my thing is, he would have been highly sought after more if, like, at second year, it's like, okay, let me pull the plug. And I watched some of Kraft's interview too, and and some things Kraft said. I just think that he should retire. I just think that this should be his last go round, because if he goes somewhere else and fail, it's going to further taint his legacy.
Good.
So you think that
hear about that? I'm speaking from objective outside in. I don't care nothing about Belichick. But just as an objective opinion, I think, as talking about him as his legacy, I think that he should retire and not go nowhere else.
I don't know, man. This
22 wins from the record, man. Ego is a driving force.
It is. Oh,
Ego is a driving force. He wants.
I'm not saying he's going to do that, but I'm saying that's what he should do.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, jump in there, Nick, real quick about his legacy, man.
I mean, as much as I dislike him, he goes down as the greatest coach ever, whether he gets the 323 or not. 6 rings, it's unheard of. Doing it in the free agency era where guys can change and load teams up year after year, it's impressive what they did.
How much did that hurt to say that? Jeez.
No,
you ain't gonna say it again. No, there's no way he says that again. You got it out of once.
Got to put him down as the greatest coach ever. I mean, I wouldn't be able to be taken seriously if I tried to justify anyone else as the best coach of all time. You can debate why. That's a different topic for another day. Mm-hmm. But what he did in New England is unprecedented. Seeing a coach stay with a team for that long, keeping all of Kraft's dirty secrets at the massage parlors on the road was impressive. I think the most impressive thing about Belichick, and then I'll be done because I can't do this much longer. It's all of the assistants that went elsewhere and predominantly failed and had to come back to him. Mm-hmm. That speaks volumes about him as a coach, not as a leader, as a coach, as a designer, as a idea guy, as a philosophy. Mike Tomlin, great record with 17 straight, but we know Tomlin's not a coordinator. Tomlin's not designing, right? Or at least from what we hear, he's not. Mm-hmm. He might tell them this is what we're going to do. It's what we've always done. The defense is the defense. Defense hasn't changed since fucking 1950s.
Right.
It's been 3-4 forever, going back to Jack Lambert and even before him. Right. The scheme's the scheme. It's just we're never changing. We're just going to keep it. That's what makes them good. They never have to overhaul.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick would have a different fucking scheme depending on the team he was playing.
Yeah. That's
he might play 7 defensive backs, rush 2 guys with 2 linebackers one week, 1 quarter, and have a completely different scheme once you think of the next drive.
Right.
His ability to teach, adapt, evolve, and confuse the fuck out of the greatest quarterback and offensive minds of all time is really, really impressive. And we'll probably never see anything like that again for that long.
That's fair.
There's always guys who come in. You get the hot coordinator. Steve Spagnuolo had a great run with the Giants a couple times. You look at other offensive coordinators who have a good run. Sean McVay had a great run. Mm-hmm. Shanahan might go on a great run here. But when you look at Belichick, it's You got to show him that I fucking hate his guts. I hate what they stand for. I hate how they did it. I hate how long they did it. But at the end of the day, you got to tip your hat and say he's the best coach to ever do it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's totally fair. And you know, you do.
Marty did it against fucking 8 teams with 3 plays. I mean, yes, in that era, he was great. They ran 3 plays to win a Super Bowl. They ran left, ran right, and threw 1 pass play.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the game is so different now to do it. It's mind-boggling. I'm glad it's over.
Yeah. He alluded to, I mean, Nick alluded to something I think too that you got to add to his legacy that great mind and everything, but as a leader, he was shitty. Because you can't translate what you have here to the people around you. That's poor leadership. You should be able to translate what you have up here, and then the people around you should be able to grow and move on and become branches to your tree. And he is never able to do that. So if you want to knock, besides the cheating, that's a knock against him.
You're gonna make me fucking defend him. Damn it, I hate you.
Hey, man.
Part of his greatness is this couldn't be absorbed and taken elsewhere by others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
His prize, uniqueness, greatness is there.
Right.
And you can try to imitate it, duplicate it, replicate it, and say, I'm going to take this to Detroit, or I'm going to take this to Kansas City, or I'm going to take this here, to Denver, Vegas, wherever McDaniels went, half of Indy for a day.
Right.
You can look at it and say, they all tried to be him, but they all had to come back and reattach to the tit at some point.
I would argue too against that and say that if I have someone under me, I'm not telling you to be like me. Know how to take the meat from the bones and take what I give you and put it into your personality and go on. If I see you trying to be like me, I will stop you and say no, because you can't be me. I am who I am. Be who you are, but take my knowledge that I give you, take it in what you know, and you become that person. You become a different person with the knowledge I give you. And I mean, this me looking outside, I don't know what conversations they had or what, you know what I'm saying? Just me outside looking in. It seems like he wasn't able to do that, or was not willing to do that. Either or, I don't know. Like I said, I'm outside looking in.
I
understand what you're saying.
You take this stand. All right, let's take driving a car, for example.
Okay.
You don't know how to drive a car.
Right.
I'm in the car with you. I'm telling you or I'm driving the car, and you're sitting there next to me, and I'm like, all right, when we see this, we do this. When this happens, we do this.
Right.
And then you get behind the wheel, and different things happen that I never showed you. And then you got to react on your own, and that's when failure comes in. So when he's leading the way, we're going to do this against this. We're going to do this against this. Okay, he sees it. He recognizes it. This is what we're going to do. But when you have to stand on your own and read and recognize and try to figure out a plan, that's when people fail. So you could take the knowledge, but formulating the game plan is where he's different. You know, we saw things from him on a defensive end we've never seen before.
Right.
You know, so other guys can't do that shit.
And I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you.
You got me defending him, man. Fuck you, Mel. Let's be clear.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that part. I'm just saying that you know,
I can hand you the blueprint, but when things that happen aren't on that page, what do we do now? And you see that with the advancement of NFL offenses, you ain't always going to have the tit to suck from. And that's when you see the failure when these coaches go out and go elsewhere, in my opinion.
Yeah, I still disagree, but okay.
And I'm gonna drop my 2 cents on this conversation because I see both of you guys' point. Right? And as another outsider looking in, I kind of feel like Belichick always, hey, make sure that you're paying attention to how I'm showing this to you, how to read this, how to react to this, and it's up to you to have the success after that. But I'm not just going to willingly give you the information because I think at some point,
if you're a teacher, I've taught. I've been a teacher. If you're a teacher,
I'm with you. I understand how to be a teacher.
Part of what you should do. To me, a coach is not just a coach that comes in and and be able to run plays and design plays and read and react. All that, he's part of that is being a teacher.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because you have a staff under you. Or part of being a leader in general, you have a staff under you that eventually, if you are anything worth of a human being, you want them to grow and be better than you, because that speaks to your legacy.
Did you just say human being?
Yeah. That speaks to your legacy. To me,
I get what you're saying.
It's like you a father, right? If you're a father and you have children, and you want your children to fail because it makes you look, you think you want to be better than them, you're an asshole or you're a nick. So my thing is like, if you're a father, you want your kids to be better than you, because that speaks to your legacy. So I think at the same time,
you were gonna make a good point, but now I'm gonna fucking wreck you. If you a father and you have kids, yes, dumb fuck, Mel. That's how it works. If you're a father, you have kids.
I have to speak slow and and precise for those who may not understand.
If you're a father.
Look, I get what you're saying. But I just think that there's a certain point where he would say, hey, I'm pretty much going to show this to you once, and I want you to be able to, figure it out. And that's just kind of the coach that I think that I'm, in my opinion, that I observe what he is. Hey man, I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna give you the game. But hey, it's gonna be, hey, I'm not gonna give you all the game. I just think that he, personally wanted the accolades and the success to be attached to his name. Now, all of his associates go out there and they do better than him. I don't think he would have personally liked that. You
may be right on that. You may have a point there.
Yeah, that's just my observation. Obviously, we're not on the inside. We don't know what's going on. We don't know the conversations. I'm just saying on the outside, because there's no way that all these guys go out, get another job, fail, and then immediately come right back. Like, I've never seen nothing like that on it.
I haven't either, man. I mean, if you think about coaches before, we talk about Parcells and history, we talk about Holmgren and history, and we talk and the coaches that came out of those. We always go back to the person that that they came from. Say, oh, they were a great coach. Look who they produced.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That talks about your legacy. And I think with Belichick, that's a stain on his legacy, because none of his people were able to be great coaches and be successful. My thing is, if you make clones of you, then you were just that's not what you want. You want them to succeed. Yeah. And I can recognize in you. All right, just take both of you guys. If I was, coaching you, coaching y'all on my staff, I look at Nick's personality and Nick's ability to do something, and I'm gonna teach him how to take this knowledge I have and put it into the way he works, the way he thinks, the way he operates. The same thing with Lamar. I'm gonna teach what I have, so how to implement that in the way you think, where you operate, because I want to see you succeed as a coach and as a person. And to me, if by none of them doing that, and once again, I am speaking, I'm looking on the outside, it seems that Belichick, I don't know, was unwilling to do that, or just maybe these coaches are just yes men.
I mean, it might be a combination of both, but regardless, at the end of the day, it's going to be the coaching tree is going to be hit on his legacy, and the allegations and the scandals are going to be hit on his legacy. I think that's a fair assessment for me.
Mel defending him.
Yeah, that's just wild, man. But there's another NFL coach, Pete Carroll. I didn't see this one coming. I did not see Pete Carroll being out as Seahawks coach. Go ahead and drop your take, Mel, on Pete Carroll being out as Seahawks coach, man.
When I saw it, I was surprised. And then I started really thinking about it. I mean, sometimes, you may say, okay, this person been here for this amount of time. This is our ceiling. And maybe they think, maybe they think, well, maybe we can go past that and we go elsewhere. This is as far as Pete can get us. He's done great for us. But the last few seasons, he only able to get us this far. This may be Pete's ceiling. And also he's getting older. What's the future gonna look like down the line? Do you want somebody that's slobbing and drooling on the sideline? You know what I'm saying? Wait till you get to that point, or do you say, "Hey, let me
you talking about like our president?"
Yeah, right, like him.
Oh, okay.
Like he got Parkinson's disease, looking like Michael J. Fox on the sideline.
Hey, yo, chill.
But you pull him, you put him in a advisory position, which is a emeritus position. You know how they do people honorary position, make them feel good, and it's just respecting them for what they done for the team. And you bring in some new blood because the game is changing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'll say this, and then I want you to follow up, Nick. But my thing is with Pete Carroll, and we talk about legacies like we did with Bill Belichick. I look at Pete Carroll's legacy, and hey, the guy was a good coach. Got the most out of majority of his teams that you thought weren't going to be like that. But here's what I'm saying at. There was a point in time where Pete Carroll raised the Seahawks stock level so high, and for one play or for one decision, turn around the trajectory of that franchise quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what play I'm talking about? That decision to throw that pass in that Super Bowl against the Patriots, turn that trajectory around quick. I mean, what he had in 2014, literally lights out defense. I'm talking about Legion of Boom, what they had up front with Bennett, Bobby Wagner in his prime. You talking about an elite defense sitting there, Super Bowl caliber defense. They blanked one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history in the Super Bowl. Literally had Peyton Manning in that was a record-breaking offense that year. What Peyton Manning and that Denver Broncos offense was doing that year was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. They were breaking records left and right. Couldn't do shit against that Seahawks defense. Then you go back, and then you go up against Tom Brady, and you had a Super Bowl in your hands. And we hear all the interviews of former players that was on that team, especially Marshawn Lynch has been very vocal. Richard Sherman has been very vocal of that decision, and just kind of how the treatment of Russell Wilson and how I guess favoritism literally took a team that won one Super Bowl and could have won a plethora of Super Bowls, could have been a dynasty. I mean, just off that one decision. And so when we talk about Belichick's legacy, I'm looking at Pete Carroll's legacy, and I'm like, you fumbled the chance to have a dynasty. That sticks with me with Pete Carroll.
So I hear you on that, but I still say he still has a good legacy. He's one of the fewer coaches I can think of that won in both college and in NFL.
That's fair.
That's fair. I mean, you got to add that to his legacy, huh? Yeah. I say that I can think of. I mean, maybe somebody.
The only one.
Is he the only one?
I think.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody.
Nobody else. Yeah.
Yeah. But so you look at that, that's a great accomplishment right there. I mean, he had USC, a strong contender.
Jimmy Johnson.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Johnson at Miami, then to Dallas. Yeah.
Jimmy did it.
Yeah. Barry Switzer. Didn't Oklahoma win?
Yeah. Wait, I don't know.
Did Oklahoma win?
Did they win? Did they win when he was there?
I know he won in Dallas, but that was Jimmy's team. But that's neither here nor there. But
yeah. Anyway, he won. That's also he won a few coaches.
Barry Switzer might have won in Oklahoma. And that was before my time when Barry Switzer was in Oklahoma. That's more like you guys' time to decipher if they won that. I'm slightly younger, so
right. you slightly want to shut the fuck up. So.
But I mean, it's like my thing is when he probably goes away, this for me, I'm looking at the human aspect at this situation. I'm like, there's no way he can't not think about that situation and think of what could have been. Had he made that decision, just turn around and get the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. I mean, it was really that simple. You got 30 seconds on the clock. You're literally right there at the goal line. You're on the 1 yard line. You got a guy that they can't tackle, can't stop.
They couldn't stop Marshawn that game too. They could not stop.
Actually won 3 titles at Oklahoma.
Who, Switzer?
74, 75, and 85.
Okay, so we got Switzer, Jimmy Johnson, and Pete Carroll. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's the only problem I got with Pete in the NFL is just that he wasn't able to follow up the success that he had that 1 year, and had a lot of. I just think there was a lot of missed opportunities, and you look at the things not just as coaches on what you did and what you did win, but you also got to look at what what you lost. And I think there was a big possibility of a dynasty that he lost off of one decision.
I agree, but I will say this, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I would say he did raise that franchise out of irrelevant to relevant. Irrelevant to relevant. Nobody's. When you saw Seahawks on your schedule, that's a dub. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So he raised them into a place where they were respected when you had to play them. So I would give him that.
Hey, agreed.
I think that there's a lot of missed opportunities. Even it was some couple years where you didn't think they were gonna make the playoffs, and because his coaching, he pulled it off. So you have to still put that as part of his legacy too, as being a good coach. I think that play will always be something that will be debated for a long time. Listen to like some of the former players talk about it. It seemed like it was a punishment for Lynch the way, because Lynch had gave him the finger to play before that, and because they were supposed to, he had got him down to a certain spot. I can't remember the exact play, but got him down to a certain spot. He thought he should have ran the ball again, and they passed the ball, and Marshawn Lynch had gave him the finger prior to the play being started. So did that get a play away too?
I saw the interview with him at Shay Shay.
Yeah.
He said he laughed in his face when that interception was thrown. Laughed in his face. But yeah, jump in here, Nick, about Pete Carroll and what you think of his legacy.
Say again, Pete. I mean Pete. Say again.
Damn, now all white people look alike. I look like Pete Carroll.
Pretty much. Old and gum chewing.
Whatever you do, don't chew gum like him. I cannot stand
the way the
way he chewed that gum was so damn annoying, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is chewing with your mouth open. Mm-hmm. And he looked like didn't he look like a cow chewing on his cud?
Yeah, for real. Go ahead, Nick.
Who's Shay Shay?
Shannon Sharp.
Club Shay Shay. That's the name.
Yeah, that's a whole other discussion. Don't go down the road. Let's not go down the road.
I thought it was the Cat Williams for him. The only time I've ever seen the pocket of Cat. Oh, God bless Cat. What an American treasure all of a sudden. I mean, you look at Carroll did it. Like, you can make the argument now, looking at Russ outside of Seattle, that that's a hell of a coaching job.
Mm-hmm.
They can't win in Denver with Russ. Two different coaches, and they're not winning.
Right.
They drafted very well. That's been a thing about Seattle, and that you have to give credit. It's the GM, but there's also the coaching philosophy, and the coaching staffs give the GMs, this is what we run, this is what we need, go find these guys. And then they'll work together and say, what do you think about this guy? They'll sit and they'll do film together and be like, with that skill set ain't going to work here. So even though the GM and the front office and the scouts get credit a lot for drafting, it still falls
on the coach.
The coaching has a part of it, right?
Yeah.
You look at successful teams, Ravens with Harbaugh, 49ers with Shanahan, the Patriots on the defensive side, the Steelers, Seattle. Those are teams that every year, Green Bay, those are teams that constantly draft well, constantly find guys that you never heard of. I'm not in the top 60% of like podcasters, or even 80% of who like look into the draft and go that deep. But there's a lot of mid-round names that I know, and I'll be like, damn, I don't fucking heard of this guy. And I consider myself starting now. Like, I'm already diving in, and I'm getting into the round 2 projections. So by April, May, I'm like, I know a majority of the names about to get drafted and can talk a little bit about almost everybody. But to find the guys that like not that I'm mainstream media, but to find the guys that media that people talk about. There's a gift and an art and a talent to that, and Seattle has done very, very well with finding guys. Sherman was late round. Like, a lot of their main guys are not first round picks. Russell Wilson was a 3rd round pick. And came in and won it over Matt Flynn when he was given 3 years, $25 million, and back in 2012, whatever it was. That was big. You're giving $8 million a year to a quarterback. It's more than Brady was making, I think, that at the time. So, another coach, good run. Listen, whenever you put yourself in a position to succeed, there's always the opportunity of all of your decisions that you've made, one bad decision getting blown up and people making more out of it.
Right.
Because you've had so many successes, they will focus on your failures. And that's human nature, is to tear people down. That's why Mel says fuck Nick all the time, because this motherfucker don't want to see me rise.
Right. That's facts.
But, it's true. And when you look at Pete Carroll, he's done a great job. You can question the shit he did in college back before it was legal, but now it's like, okay. Yeah, it's another good coach, another good career. He'll stay in the front office. He's beloved up there. It's not. I think it's just his time. I don't want to say the game is past him. I just don't know if he still has that desire and that energy to be down on the field and in the film room and doing all that shit as many hours as it takes to be an NFL coach. So go to the front office, get a fucking statue put of you outside. Hope Marshawn builds one next to it, giving him the finger. That would be really cool to see.
That'd be nice.
Laughing in his face.
But, yeah, I mean, Jets should have never let him go. 1994, he was a Jet head coach, I think, for one season. Or 92? I forget the year. Before my time. But then he went to New England for a couple years. And then they brought in Parcells there. And then I think he went to college.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Pete Carroll, man, no, overall, his legacy, he was a dope coach. I wish he would never chew gum ever in his life. Or at least cameraman don't ever pan over to him chewing gum. That was one of the worst things in the world. But I did peep his exit interview, and he seems like he still has a fire to coach. I just think he's burnt out on being the coach of the Seahawks. Because I got a feeling if somebody can probably draw him out of that front office position or that advisory role with the Seahawks, he might give another team about 3-4 years. I don't know. You never know.
75.
You got to look at it this way. By then. Anybody looking for a head coach is usually a project, And if you are, I don't think you're bringing in Pete Carroll. Like, my prediction is that the Bills or the Cowboys, two teams that have been heavily talented, are going to get disappointed once again in the playoffs, and they're going to fire the coach and make a huge offering for Bill Belichick.
I hate agreeing with you. I've been on that all year. If McDermott doesn't win the Super Bowl, I think he's out of there.
He knows the division. He knows the Buffalo Bills inside and out. You bring McDaniels back, who's been a failure, and you let him run Josh Allen with fucking
that's probably the one
time. Dallas, if they fucking lose to the Packers this weekend, or if they lose to the Niners for the third straight year,
I'm praying that they lose to the Packers. I'm ready to troll.
If you're Jerry Jones, you're like, fuck this, get out of here, McCarthy. We're too talented. Yeah, Jerry loves headlines.
Yeah,
loves them.
No, damn it, I hate agreeing with you, man, because it makes me turn in my stomach like it's curdled milk. But I mean, it's I'm with you. I've been saying it all year, and I've been staying on my stands. If Bills, because the Bills, especially with McDermott, he's had them on an upward trajectory since he's got there, and he's got them out of that funk where they was missing the playoffs for at least for the last 10, 15 years since they lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. He got them up there.
McDermott? McDermott from the Middle East. He is a big supporter. McDermott. McLaren. McDermott, whatever you want to call him.
So he gets him to the AFC Championship game. Then he loses. And then the next year he gets to the division game, loses it. Then he gets him back to the division game, loses that. So it's like, when you get on that upward trajectory and then all of a sudden it seems like you hit your peak.
Yeah,
that's what he hit his peak. I feel like he plateaued.
John Gruden to the Bucks.
Yeah. And then at some point it's like if you can't get past that second round ceiling, then it's like, so if is your peak losing in the AFC Championship game, that's your peak. So like, how many times are we going to go keep doing this song and dance? Because you keep throwing money at the roster. You keep, trying to make changes with certain pieces, certain personnel, and you keep hitting that glass ceiling. I just think McDermott has plateaued in Buffalo. They did a miracle of even making his playoffs. Let's be honest about that. And I mean, I'm with you, Nick. If he can't get past the division round, I think you got to have that conversation on moving on because he peaked.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
McCarthy.
Quote me. Clip this. I'm gonna look all pretty for you to clip this and
please.
And
I mean, it's not if you look.
40
it's not that long.
Make sure.
Mark.
Yeah, I'll mark it.
Bill Belichick is hoping and praying that a contender like the Cowboys, like the Bills, fall flat on their face because Bill Belichick needs to get a ring without Tom Brady. So Bill Belichick can now say, I did it without Tom, just like Tom did it without me. He'll never say it publicly, but we all know that Bill Belichick is motivated as hell to win a championship without number 12 at quarterback.
Oh yeah, 46 minute. Yeah, I'm definitely marking that one. I don't disagree with you. Well, I mean, you're not wrong because I think he always, he like you said, he'll never publicly say it, but it had to be something in him to say, yo, man, I can't let that motherfucker win one without me and me not win one without him. It's just his ego.
And Bill don't do face snap, twitgram, or whatever the fuck he calls them. But he knows people talk.
Of course.
People talk and runs into people at gas station. Bill, we're going to win one without Tom. I'm sure he's heard that shit.
I know he
If I saw him, I'd be like, yo, what's up, man? You walking around without sliding around on Brady's cape? How's that working out for you? Like, if I ever ran into him, I would pop shit about it. So
you're not wrong. If I was a Patriots fan, I'll straight up, if I catch him in the Dunkin' Donuts, hey, man, I need you to win one without Tom, bro.
Buy my donuts.
You love those donuts because they're shaped like a zero. The amount of rings you got as a head coach without Brady, you fat. What were you doing? Walk out of that lady's house with no shirt on at 6:45 in the morning. You walrus looking motherfucker.
I can't. But no, you're not wrong. But let's talk on one more coach because this one right here. I didn't see this one happening, but given his age, it was a possibility. And I want you to take the lead on this one, big homie Nick. Nick Saban, he's retiring. He's calling it quits from being the most high-paid Alabama state employee in the history of Alabama.
I guess when other programs started to legally pay their players, shit got tough and you couldn't win a title anymore, huh?
I said the same thing.
Hey, bro.
Oh, I think it's a little more.
I'm done. Shit got tough, man. When you're like, oh, everybody else, it's a level playing ground. Oh, I'm out of here.
I said something. I think that he's like old school. Just don't like the new way, the new direction that college football is going. And when you want as much as he do, what else you got to prove? You can walk away. No, he don't like the NIL. He don't like the transfer portal. He doesn't like none of that stuff.
Yeah.
And because
he won free agency.
Yeah, well, he went to Miami. See how that worked out. But my thing too is like if you got a player on your team and you don't like the way you talk to him, he can hit the portal. You don't have that power where I could bench you. I won't start you. You're like, okay, that's fine. I'll be in Washington or I'll be in Oklahoma or wherever. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. What's up, Flo?
What up, Flo?
No, I don't think.
Hey, never use your government name. And I know your name is Albert. I'm really gonna clown you. I like Flo better.
Hey, Flo. I don't think Saban goes to the NFL. Because
co-commissioner, really?
Co-commissioner what?
The NFL, I guess.
The NFL?
Or USFL. Or what's the new one called?
UFL.
UFL, yeah, whatever it's called.
United Football League.
Yeah, yes. Say that. That helped me remember.
I can't see. Okay, so I think there'll be a NFL team that would try to persuade Nick to go to an NFL team. But here's my thing. Why would he go to an NFL team when he was just making so much money at Alabama? That's a step down financial wise, power wise, and a lot of things a control that he doesn't have.
He operates internationally.
You know what I'm saying? Like that man, Nick Saban could do no wrong in Tuscaloosa. That man was making so much. He was the highest state employee in the state of Alabama. And you know that state is broke, but somehow they find a way to make that man have almost $12-13 million a year.
That university looks like fucking London, England, man. You ever see the university?
I'm on a bus too.
Actually, I have the perfect follow-up job for Belichick.
Uh-oh.
Get a job with NBC and be the executive producer and run the Sunday Night Football broadcast, because we know how good this motherfucker is operating cameras.
Yo, that's wild. I mean, but it's.
I'll be back.
For me, if I'm making,
I keep forgetting you don't have a thing though.
If I'm making that much kind of money, and you got that much kind of power that he has had in Alabama, why would I go to the NFL? Like literally, he has.
If you was talking, I'll say this: if you was talking maybe years ago, maybe I can see that. But I think now he proven so much. You know, he accomplished a lot, and his age. I think, and the way I just think he don't. Why go to NFL? I don't think he wants to go to NFL because he has nothing to prove.
Well, to me, it's the same thing like dealing with the NIL and the transfer portal, because you're dealing with egos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
You know, and I will say this. It kind of reminds me of Coach K, right? He said, "Okay, I'm back."
Okay, I'm back. That's better. I'm like, who the fuck is Albert?
Hey, shout out to Flo and Hot Take Jake, Omar. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Bottom Line Sports. Y'all tap in on their YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe, and show them some love. But
they removed the conference trophy.
Go ahead, put that back up.
Oh yeah, you know what? I mean, I wouldn't be against it. I mean, I wouldn't. I guess I wouldn't be against it. So what? I wouldn't be for it or against. I'd just be neutral on that. Let me say that. They need the trophy out there.
Well, to be fair, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Whether we like Saban or not, for the last 17 years, he was the talk of the town of the SEC.
He was.
For the last 17 years.
He was the talk of the town of the NCAA.
Yes. So there has to be at least some. Look, like I said, regardless if you like Saban or not,
16 championship, bro.
You can't deny the fact that he literally brought a certain cachet, brought Alabama to a certain different level.
So you say, you mean Bill? Oh, so
I think they're both in the same boat. One did it for 17 years, one did it for 24. I think they're in the same boat. And it's no coincidence they're best friends. So
I guess I'll ask this, because you look at the logo in the NBA.
Yeah, over Jerry West.
They got Jerry West, and then the argument should they put Kobe up.
Oh yeah, they should do that.
And I'm just saying, because you can say, well, why would you put Kobe over Jordan?
Well, I think they wanted the same. It's 1A, 1B for me.
Okay. So is it because it's the more modern now? So it's trying to move past Jerry West and put Jordan or Kobe, and exact same. You can say the same thing with NFL. Put a more modern name. Move the Lombardi's been far removed from the game.
Is it not evolution?
Yeah.
Is it not evolution? I mean, it's like everything else. There's a starting point of certain thing, and then there's at one point you have to move past it to get to the next thing, because it follows that. So you have to evolve.
She has a good point. And I mean, I can't argue that point, because it has to, like you said, it has to evolve.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're far removed from Lombardi, because
way far.
Because our kids will never know who Vince Lombardi is unless they watch it on YouTube.
No, they have to.
I never seen Lombardi coach at all.
Me neither. I'm not that old.
All I seen was film.
I swear you was a water boy for
all I seen was film.
You was a water boy for.
You guys have a great show. Thanks, Flo.
I mean,
Belichick.
the Belichick trophy. And we talked about that, Flo, because that's one thing you can't deny about his legacy. But mainstream media are not going to always bring up that part of his legacy. They're going to bring up the 6 championships. They're going to bring up the 2 championships he had as a D coordinator under Parcells. They're going to bring up 8 Super Bowls that he was a part of.
Right.
Trophies. That's what they're going to bring up. So my thing is like, to Jim Will point, I mean, I'm with you. I would probably be indifferent about it because how I feel about the allegations part. But I mean, it's that evolution part is from Vince Lombardi. So Vince Lombardi was the talk of the town of coaches for 40 plus years, So now I think to a certain degree, now is Belichick is going to be the next coach you talk about that is the standard for the next probably 40 years. Agreed. So, I wouldn't have no issue with it. That would definitely be up to the NFL and how they feel his name reflects the quote unquote protecting the shield that they like to say all the time.
Yeah, that's just talk.
Yeah, I mean,
talk. I mean, but okay, let's go this way. If not him, whose name should be on it?
Shit, you got a whole bunch of people that maybe won 1 or 2 championships.
Right. So outside of him,
he got 6.
Outside of him, I mean, just you got to look at it objectively. You got to take the allegations and you got to take all that stuff out of it and look at it just on paper. If you put all the coaches on paper, and I don't think it shouldn't be nobody that's coaching now. His name should be on it. I think it got to be somebody that's not coaching at this present moment. Let me say that.
I feel you.
What would Bill be known for? His 6 rings on winning because Brady.
It depends on
known for his all of it.
Well,
all of his legacy.
For sports fans, it'll be for all of it. For his mainstream media, it'll be for his championships.
You really made Flo change the profile that he was on. That's good shit.
Hey, but to back to Nick Saban. Here's a comparison that I said on the late night show the other night, and I want to peep me on this. So y'all remember when Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski,
what's up, Ed? Yeah, go ahead.
Mike Krzyzewski was
remind me just real quick about Coach K, his last home loss and his
last
loss.
Hey,
I drank a lot throughout the years. I forget shit.
Hey Nick, home game and in the tournament.
What team was it?
They lost to the Carolina Tar Heels. There we go. All right. So
no way,
right?
Go on.
So y'all remember when Coach K dominant in college basketball?
Mm-hmm.
He was the epitome of college basketball coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what was his success? Is he had players like Grant Hill and Christian Laettner. He had them for 4 years.
Oh, shit.
All right. He had them guys for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was winning championships. He was always putting his team in contention to win championships. You know what killed his momentum? The one and done. He tried to do the one and done. Kyrie was a one and done. Zion was a one and done. Brandon Ingram was a one and done. RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, they was all in the same team, was a one and done. How many championships did he win in the one and done era?
Who started it for Duke? You remember? That was a conversation I had for many years. And I said that he doesn't go get the top 10 players in the country. He'll go get 30, 40, 50 guys who are going to stay so they can build a program.
Exactly.
Do you remember the first guy who was like one and done? I'm out.
It wasn't Kyrie.
The Los Angeles Clippers never amounted to much in the NBA.
It was Austin Rivers
before him.
Oh, you talking about? I see it.
I can't remember his name. Go ahead, drop the name, Nick, because it's right on the tip.
I see his face too.
Corey Maggette.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So there was. So
it's a forgettable name, and he went one and done, and that was like the first Duke. It was like shocking because at the time, Duke guys did not go one and done.
Exactly.
They stayed. They got the education. Jay Williams went 3 years, got his degree in 3 years.
Good point, Flo.
And Hill also went 3 years, but Hurley stayed. Leitner stayed.
They all stayed.
Yeah,
they all stayed.
Cherokee Parks, they all stayed. And Hill left in 3, and I think that was shocking that Grant Hill left in 3.
Well, regardless, he's getting guys that are staying there for a chance for him to build a team and get a chance to win multiple national championships. He didn't go the Calipari route. Calipari had John Calipari in Kentucky had all the top recruits going to Kentucky, but they was all one and done and he walked away with 1 championship. So what my point is when you see how Coach K's success was going so well as in building the team, and then the one and done became a popular move, he tried it and just couldn't hang. And then you see what he does? He's like, hey, man, this ain't my style. Let me bow out. Let me keep my legacy intact as much as I can because this just ain't for me. I think Nick Saban reached that point. He's like, all right, I see these other teams catching up with me. They're able to pay people. The transfer portal is really kicking my ass because even the guys on my team are leaving. This NIL is really kicking my ass. Hey, man, let me walk away with my 17 years at Alabama, my 6 championships, my imprint on NCAA.
That long, huh? At 17 at Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I know we got to get NFL. I know we got to get NFL. So I'm just going to say this about Saban. The greatness of Alabama was getting the 5-star player and having him maybe sit as a freshman behind a guy who's going round 1 in the NFL. And then when the round 1 guy went, you brought in another round 1 guy, and there was never a fall off.
Retool.
Right.
Now with the NIL, those guys don't want to go sit. They want to go make their money. I'm a 5-star recruit. The family wants them to get paid immediately. The player wants to get paid immediately.
They want to play
to be able to amass the depth that a team like Alabama got accustomed to amassing year in, year out. It was class after class. Alabama top 3, Alabama, because it was you come here. We're going to prepare you for the NFL, and you're going to go get paid. Now you don't have to go to Alabama to get paid.
Exactly.
Right.
You won't have to go to Georgia to be in the pipeline to get paid.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think
I hate that Saban has the same name as me too. I think he talking shit about me because that's what AD do.
No. You hit it right on the head, Nick. Because I those are some of the things that I alluded to on the other night on the Late Night Owl show.
Right.
When he does not have that advantage anymore, because he's looking at the landscape of the college football scene. He's like, oh, I'm not the end all be all no more. I am not the gatekeeper no more. Like cats ain't they ain't gotta come to me to get to the NFL. They ain't gotta come to me to be in national championship conversation every year. They can do it at Georgia. There was a point in time they did it at Clemson. Now Michigan just won it. They could possibly be the talk of the town now. So it's like
look at Washington.
Why? But I'm just saying.
I'm saying. But look at Penix. He's at Indiana. The Jets need
you know what the Jets need NIL. No more injured list. No more injured list, Robert.
Hey, wait, there's an M in there, sir. I'm not an English professor, but you missed the M in the NIL somewhere.
No, it's a compound word.
No. Did you just put it together? No
more. He made it a compound word.
No more.
Biden's America.
I'm gonna say, look.
This is Biden's America. I'm getting English lessons from 2 guys.
I'm gonna say, hey, Nick, I got you, Nick.
Like Hideo Nomo, the picture. That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's what you meant to say.
Look, Nick, I got you. This is what Nick. Hey, Lamar. Nick want to say, shut up, nigga.
Oh man, I would never do that. I would be like, shut your goddamn mouth,
nigga.
No more.
You sit there, you be quiet. You speak when spoken to.
Nigga.
You talk when I tell you to.
Nigga.
This is the greatest thing this white boy ever thought of.
This motherfucker is really pushing this button really too hard. Like, I'm about to take the batteries out of this shit.
But if you look at Michael Penix, man, you know, he went from Indiana to Washington and helped build that program and got him to the daddy. Yeah. So my thing is,
but that's neither.
That's not a discussion.
I know.
I'm just saying, with the fact that you can take teams like that. I mean, Bo Nix from Auburn to Oregon.
Yeah.
You know, so you seeing like these moves being made, and when Bo Nix was in Auburn, he wasn't really talked about like
that. He wasn't like that.
Know, he got the Oregon now. He's in the conversation. Maybe possibly going to the playoffs, and the conversation of winning the Heisman. You know, he's getting all the hype in Oregon.
Yeah.
And other players are seeing that, say, man, hey, I'm not getting the recognition I need here. I'm transferring to whatever school I probably can get more recognition there. So yeah, I mean, I think with Nick Saban and a lot of these coaches who've been coaching for a while, who have long tenure, are probably gonna start falling off and say, you know what, this ain't for me. In all the collegiate sports.
Yeah, I feel you.
The one
But hey,
thing
man,
that Saban got taken away from him
That DI
was Saban's strength.
Mhm.
Going into a home, talking to the parents, telling them how we're going to develop your son into a young man. He's
Right.
going to get into our pipeline. We're going to get him to the league. Now it's how much you're going to pay my kid to come there.
Right.
It's a hostage negotiation instead of a recruitment now with the NIL.
I don't know about that, Flo.
You go get players to come to your school based off of boosters writing checks.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Yeah,
have
you're right.
boosters going and saying, "We found this kid. We want this kid. We're going to pay." Coach be like, "This kid he's got no arms. How are we going to play quarterback?" They're like, "No, we're going to pay him. He's coming here." Like, I can only imagine the behind the scenes shit that
Right.
Saban's just like.
yeah. Oh yeah,
I'm down with that.
yeah. So
And Calipari's a great reference because Calipari would be like, he comes to Kentucky,
I'll get him to the
for
league.
1 year. By February, they're going to be talking about him in the draft, and we're going to get him to the league. And then Calipari would start off, they lose 4 games before the new year every year. And then all of a sudden, tournament time, the freshmen were all clicking because now they knew how to play the college game.
Yeah, because he
I don't know, Flo.
he had the top recruits. So but he was never winning the championship
He always
because the talent would only get him so far. You know what I'm saying? So
Ain't be trolling you, Nick. Ain't be trolling you.
Well, I mean, if you look at the landscape of the players at Alabama, yeah, Anthony, I guess I am. Like, I don't know if you're aware of this, Anthony, but they're a pretty talented bunch of folks.
Niggas. Oh, I thought you were about to point to me. I'm sorry.
one time you don't point. Thank you. Now we move on.
I thought that would have been too much.
Hey, it's playoff time. What's up, Rod?
What's up, Rod?
Y'all tap in with my brother Rod on Censored Network, man. My man's hilarious. Let's get down to playoff time. Browns Texans. I don't know about y'all, man. I love this
matchup, man. I like
it is
this
an interesting matchup.
Oh, I got one. I'm sorry. Can we just rewind 1 second? Notice how Nick Saban wanted to coach Alabama for many years, and now all of a sudden the quarterback started being
nigga.
and he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Ain't about college football, Jalen, or I don't think so. I don't think
That's a tough one.
I think. See, here's the thing, but see, like Flo was talking about Michael Penix, right?
No, I love.
I think he's more of a his skill set will translate more than Jalen Daniels, in the NFL. Because Penix, because I think Penix has an arm. I think he has. You can't just look at that one game.
Yeah,
You look at I watched him play a lot of games. He was dropping them, huh?
You can because I'll go ahead. I'll follow up.
Because let me say it. I watched him play at least 7 games. I can't say I said every game. I know at least about 6 or 7 games that he played this year, and I watched the same criticism I gave, and the same thing I say is that he dropped the ball perfectly, right where only his receiver can get it. Now there was time he left plays on the field. I said that, but I think sitting under somebody, he can develop into a great quarterback. I think that he probably shouldn't come and start like some quarterbacks have. I think he should go somewhere where he can sit. I think he'd be a good quarterback.
He just can't sit too long because he like an 8th year senior, so he'd be 30.
Right. But Jalen Daniels, when I watch him play,
he's closer to retirement than he is high school.
Right.
Rookie of the year, he 31. What are you talking about?
He grew up with DeMarcus Russell.
But when I watched Jalen Daniels play, I just wasn't. I didn't see anything I say or translate. He athletic, a lot more athletic than Penix is. A lot more athletic. I just don't think he has the accuracy. I don't think he has the accuracy as Penix had. I think Penix has accuracy. I don't think Jalen Daniels don't have that. He's fast. He's elusive, but he doesn't have the accuracy. But go ahead, Nick.
Here's my concerns with Penix. Multiple ACL injuries already.
Yeah.
His age.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some red flags that popped up for me in the Michigan game. flat-footed, arm chucking it when the pocket was collapsing. Now, I know later in the game he got hurt, but early on, he was missing some throws because of the pressure. Now, you didn't see a D-line or a defense like you saw with Michigan. That's a big red flag for programs. All right, you're in the Pac-12, you're rolling, everyone's scoring. You know, you're going with the shootout with USC, you're going with the shootout with Oregon. All right, what are you going to do when you hit adversity? What are you going to do when that pocket's collapsing? Does your accuracy disappear? Are you still stepping up and delivering those throws? Gutsy? Yes, you'll check the gutsy box. You'll check the leader box. But for a first-round quarterback, I need a guy who stays poised, calm, and will still step up in the pocket and make that throw. And with Daniels, real quick, NFL teams will fall in love with the athleticism. Why Anthony Richardson went so high last year, number 4, and you saw this guy was winning games. Lamar Jackson, people said his athleticism will he develop into a thrower. Jaden Daniels looks like Lamar might be quicker, but Daniels is bigger, right? I think Daniels is 6'4", 220 something
like that.
Somebody will. I tell you right now, if I had a bet, I think if Bieniemy stays in Washington and gets promoted to head coach, I think Bieniemy will fall in love with a weapon like Daniels. That's my early prediction. You can't teach athleticism, and with the size, the speed, the freakiness of defenses nowadays, you need a motherfucker that can get out of the pocket, and you need someone that can freeze them on defense, and Daniels checks that box.
Yeah, you need some mobility. I mean, we said that millions of times on the show. That's just the trend of the NFL quarterback these days. You got to have some type of mobility. Because you can't.
The days about Tom Brady who just stands there is over.
Oh yeah,
we might never see that again, and that transcends. I know AP is going to come with something. AP transcends race. You need a white quarterback who moves just not as well, maybe, but you need one who, like Josh Allen. You need a guy who gives you a dual threat, who can neutralize and freeze the defense, even if for a second, even if you don't want them to run. You just need to freeze so your tight end can get open real quick over the middle. Well, you have to have that threat.
Well, it's been like that, Nick. And we said this on the show. When you got a quarterback that makes all these defensive ends and these linebackers with speed hesitate for just a second, that gives your offense an opportunity to make a play. But let's get to these playoff games, because we definitely got a interesting matchup right here with Browns and Texans. Obviously, the Browns are on fire right now, been one of the best teams. And here's what I love about the Browns. They made no excuses of all the injuries that they have. All they done is continue to plug and play. And you got, to me, this is the battle of the Coach of the Year candidates. This should be either Kevin Stefanski's award or it should be DeMeco Ryans' award. And I think whoever wins this game probably is going to have the edge in Coach of the Year. But I love what Texas have been doing. A rookie head coach with a rookie quarterback is unheard of winning division and possibly winning a playoff game. You don't see it on a regular occurrence. But sometimes I think that the Cinderella story ends when you come up against a defense like the Browns, who are very damn talented. And just look at the Browns. Look at the injury list. I mean, they've been losing people left and right. They lost a stud at running back in Nick Chubb, and they still continue to run the ball on you. I'm going to go with Browns in this one. I think it's going to be a scrappy little game, but just the way that the Browns coming in with momentum, and Joe Flacco, who's 38, all of a sudden found his little bit of mobility all of a sudden, and he's been kind of moving in the pocket a little bit. But I'm going to roll with the Browns. What you say there, Detroit, Mile?
I like this matchup. It's an interesting matchup. I can see it going either way. If they had Tank Dell, I'd be more leaning towards the Texans more than on the Browns.
That's fair.
I like to see the Texans win just because of what they've done. You just got to root for them, but I just think the Browns have a little too much for them. And like I said, Tank Dell is that speedster that can take the top off and keep that defense honest. So you got a defense that's rushing the passer like that. you want to have somebody that can kind of take top off and they kind of think about whether or not they want to blitz you or think about how they're going to play you. So I don't know. I think the Browns is a better team in this matchup.
Yeah. Would you say they're big homie Nick Shine?
Ironically, rookie quarterback and rookie coach to make it was the Jets with Sanchez and Rex. And then it was also 2008 with Harbaugh and Flacco. So Flacco's kind of at the other end of it now, like a guy hanging on is watching a rookie coach or rookie quarterback come up against him. I love CJ Stroud. I think you look at a guy sometimes and you just say he can do more with less. And losing Dell, they're still, it's like they lost the deep threat ability, but man, I don't know. I think the moment might be bigger than the team is ready for. I think Stroud will have a nice performance, but I don't think the rest of the squad is ready to go yet. I think
that's fair.
I'm going to take the Browns. I've said this before. You ride the hot coordinator. Stefanski play calling, even with Flacco making him look the way he looks right now. You ride that shit. This is the time of year where a hot coordinator can get you to the Super Bowl. Steve Spagnuolo with the Giants when they were 9-7 they were 31st in pass defense that year. Playoffs hit, like a switch went on, and he was just on fire.
Yeah,
you go with the guy who's calling the right plays, and I'm taking the Browns. I'm taking the Browns far.
No doubt. Dolphins Chiefs game 2 on Saturday night. It's going to be real cold out here in Kansas City. It snowed.
I had to say, Dolphins losing.
It snowed here Tuesday. We're projected to get snow tonight, and then we're projected to get snow tomorrow. And it's going to be real cold. By the time that game kicks off Saturday night, it's going to be like 10 degrees, but you add the wind chill, and it's windy as hell out here.
10 degrees.
It's going to be almost like -1, -2 degrees out here. Once you add that wind chill, it's going to be real cold out here.
It's the NFL script, Flo.
There's no better story than Flacco going back in to knock them out. There's no better
goes to Baltimore. Oh yeah. You can't write a better script than that.
I know you're talking about the weather, you're talking about the cold, but we're talking about the Dolphins. Lamar, refresh me. What's the Chiefs' record this year?
10-6.
Oh, winning record? I'll take the Chiefs.
11-6. My fault. 11.
It's a winning record? Okay, I'll take the Chiefs. Done. Now your turn. I will say this. I am fucking ecstatic that fucking field goal post looking girl is not going to be at this game.
Oh my gosh.
We already got one ugly white girl we got to look at in the booth. We didn't need another one.
Look, I'm glad you said it because that despises me too, Nick. But the fact of the matter is,
I'm surprised Nance and Romo don't do the fucking broadcast on each side of her.
Right.
That's how much
in the middle.
Yeah, I saw the NFL Network on Saturday.
Mhm.
But they already announced she's not going to be there.
They will be on Peacock exclusively, and anybody who has a beef with the NFL putting that game on Peacock exclusively, we can have that conversation another day. I understand why the NFL does it.
NFL Mobile. If you download NFL Mobile,
you
show all the games in your area, and you're better off with NFL Mobile than downloading Peacock and paying for it. Try that first.
But regardless of how you feel about that, when it comes to this game, obviously I'm around with the Chiefs, but here's my thing with the Chiefs. Just because of that offense has been so not so Chief-esque with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, that still gives the Dolphins a chance to be in this game. Now, the problem with the Dolphins, they haven't been able to get past their injuries like the Browns. Because now they bringing in, Justin Houston. They done brought in Bruce Irvin. They bringing dudes in their 34, 35 years old of age to stop this Chiefs offense.
They get Isaiah Bugs too.
The Chiefs got Isaiah Bugs. They put him on the practice squad.
I'm talking about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the only saving grace for the Dolphins is that if the Chiefs offense comes in and look like the Chief offense of this year, they got a chance to win this game because the Chiefs' offense has been putrid. They don't look the same. They're not scoring as much, and they've been turning the ball over way too much. And they've been shooting themselves in the foot. So if that Chiefs offense shows up, the Dolphins got a chance to win this game.
They couldn't catch a fucking ball in good weather in October. You think they're catching a fucking rock solid ball at 0 degrees?
Bruh, that's the thing that scares me about this game, about this matchup, is because when you look at the Chiefs offense and how they look literally for the last 17 games that they played this year, it gives you a cause for concern. Here's the good part. The Chiefs defense, man, you can still win championships with defense. And so that'll be the saving grace for the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like a lot of people are really thinking. I think this is probably like a one-possession game, maybe a field goal game. But the Chiefs should, and I emphasize, should prevail. What you say there, Detroit Mel?
I think that the way the Dolphins been playing against, teams who have winning records, I mean, they proved it all season. All season. And then I'm looking at Andy Reid, the Chiefs, their pedigree, and it's the Dolphins. I don't see the Dolphins win this game. Now, they do have a chance because, like you said, the way that offense been playing, it's almost like not as bad as the Eagles, but kind of the same comparison. Like, they don't look the same as they did last year.
Yeah.
We said the same thing about the Eagles, same thing about the Chiefs. Just don't look the same.
Yeah.
And it started with the Chiefs. It started with game one.
Game one.
Game one. And I was thinking, okay, they'll pick it up, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just never see them just kind of get that momentum where it's like, okay, they're over that hump now. And that's the only thing that scares me about the Chiefs is that if Mahomes turns the ball over or they keep dropping passes, they can lose this game. So
that's a good point, Flo. I agree 100%.
Mahomes is going to have more key plays in his legs. He should.
I would say that the Chiefs never got over the hump, but the only hump the Chiefs have talked about all year is Kelsey and the skinny bitch. The only humping they've been talking about in Kansas City.
I'm so tired of that.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah, but that heifer ain't got no lovely lady lumps. She's flat as a 2x4, bro.
Yep. That's why she comes to the football games. She blends in.
She's long, yellow, and there's no curves to her. Her and Mahomes' wife look like field goal posts standing next to one another.
Hey, Travis Kelce should have changed his name to Hacksaw Jim Duggan the way he was holding out all year.
Hey, while it comes back, I'm taking Miami.
I'm gonna say this. Here's my key to the game. The weather's going to neutralize pass. I don't think we're going to see as much passing as people are expecting. I'm going to say whoever runs the ball for more yardage is going to win. I know Flo mentioned Mahomes running, but you got A-Chain. Mostert should be back. The Chiefs have done a good job running the ball. They can get those speedsters out in space. They can seal the outside. They bring Hill in motion, and then they kick you back with that fake. We're going to toss it to the power side and hit you on the weak side. If the Chiefs are out of position, Miami has the speed. Pacheco's a good back as well. So it's like this is going to be like an old school football game. And I mean, is anyone else just fucking rolling their eyes at the NFL like I am? Like, you have the Weather Channel app. You could have looked at this and said, all right, it's going to be that cold on a Saturday night. Should we have this game there? Should we maybe?
We're not having that conversation, are we?
I'm just saying, like people.
We're going to play in Miami?
No, it's cold whether it's Sunday afternoon or Saturday night. But having a game, like you said, you don't want to go to the game because it's going to be that cold.
No, my black ass ain't freezing.
Listen, I'm going to be fucking home in New Jersey. I don't give a shit. Let the whole fucking freeze to death in the stands. I don't care. Let somebody do a tomahawk chop and their arm just fucking freezes there. I don't give a fuck. I think it'd be funny as hell to look at on TV. But I just think that the NFL is like, fuck all you people. We're going to put you out in the fucking worst condition. Not Saturday afternoon at 4, not Sunday at 1 when the sun's out. We're going to put Saturday night.
Bro, it's going to be because the sun goes down here at 5:30. And so that
real fans freeze.
7 o'clock. Bro, real fans freeze. I'm a real fan, but I'm
a real fan for my living room.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a real fan for my living room for real.
I'm gonna have a real fan on because it's gonna be so goddamn warm with the heat in the house.
Gotta cool off.
That's the only real fan I'm worried about this weekend.
Nah, I agree with y'all. It's gonna be one of those things. But I've seen that conversation.
It's your team. I'm gonna ask Mel the same shit.
Okay.
Let me ask you, 1 to 10. Give me your confidence going into this game with the 7. Way the Chiefs have been. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because you just gotta leave that room for it. If this offense performs like they have for the 17 games.
Miami's D-line being hurt helps you greatly.
Well, that helps, but it's
questionable wide receivers might have more time. And the Chiefs' weakness on offense is what? Their tackles. So now that's been neutralized because you don't have Jalen Phillips, you don't have Chubb. You just signed Justin Houston off the street, who's probably got a Chiefs fucking shirt on still, for crying out loud. So that's your best pass rusher. So it's interesting that everything fell the Chiefs' way with the matchup with Miami losing, not being Buffalo coming in, and then Miami unfortunately losing their best pass rushers, and the weakness on Kansas City being their tackle play. So,
but still, that still is, as much as the things that are going the Chiefs' way, I still have to leave that door open for these fuckers might do the same shit that they've been doing for the last 17 games, and I can't get past that because they have
doing a show with Mel. You can't stop a fuck up from fucking up.
Let's move on. We got the Steelers going to the Bills. I think is it unanimous that we're going Bills on this one?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how the hell the Steelers are even in the playoffs.
What the Steelers?
Ask that question.
TJ Watt.
I
thought the Steelers got hurt.
Come on, man.
The whole team got hurt when TJ Watt got hurt. The Steelers got hurt. The Steelers are out this week.
Lamar, you answer that?
It says, if the Chiefs lose, does this make the Chiefs in trouble for the future? I mean, no, it's just a down year.
It's a down year. I mean, yeah.
They will go and rework Mahomes' contract, and they will throw the bag at T. Higgins and bring in T. Higgins. And then they will.
I actually disagree with bringing in T. Higgins, and the reason why I disagree with bringing in
or Ridley, somebody big. They will go get a premier wide receiver.
But I think they're going to go after a wide receiver who's talented and young. You just can't bring in these old dudes that's like 30, 31.
Higgins isn't 25 yet, dude.
No, I get that, but Higgins has been playing Robin, and he's had some injury concerns too. So that's why I'm not a fan of bringing in Higgins, because I understand the potential of what you can get with Higgins, because he's 6'3", 6'4", can high point the ball. He can be a mismatch, but I've also seen him like disappearing games. I think I'm not saying he's just as talented as Jamar Chase, but with Jamar Chase literally grabbing double coverage just about every game, you should be blowing up on the numbers, bro. And there's times he did have 1,000-yard season last year. He had a solid year this year. I'm just thinking bro, your output should be just as high up there with Jamar Chase because you are literally not getting the double coverage, because you get the fact that Jamar Chase is on the other side, and you get the fact that Boyd is in the slot. Yeah. You should be eating.
Yeah. So I like Rice. I like Rashee Rice. I think he'd be a very good
Rashee Rice going to be all right.
You get a number one. You bring in a Ridley. You trade for Devontae if Devontae becomes available. I know the contract's bad, but you just got to go all in. Whether you trade up and get one of these wide receivers,
will not do that. They will not give us Devontae Adams beating their ass.
That's right.
2 years. Come on.
I'm just saying, you go get one of the big names available.
Oh no, I hear you.
Michael Pittman Jr. You go get somebody and bring them in, and you get a number one receiver again. Because you've been trying to patchwork it and just draft speedy guys, but we'll get into that shit another day.
That other comment for you too, Lamar.
Yes, she said, "What's your reaction to the injury report for the game ahead?" Well, it's favorable for the Chiefs. It's favorable for the Chiefs when literally the Dolphins got a lot of key players that are out. It does favor the Chiefs. I will say this: having Jerick McKinnon, they're pretty much running back who can run, the pass aspect in the running back. Him being not playing, that scares me a little bit, because he can give a dynamic. The guy caught 10 touchdowns last year as a running back, and somehow he was in and out of the lineup this year, and you kind of see how it changes the offense. But let's get to these Bills and Steelers. I think we said TJ Watt being out is
the offense, they had no offense in Pittsburgh, so let's move on.
Yeah, but for some reason Mason Rudolph got him win.
Well, I said that. You laughed at me. I said that and you laughed at me.
Because who believes
Lamar
in
does that.
Rudolph?
Fuck
Laughed
me.
at the Raiders
Fuck
too,
me.
but they beat the Chiefs this year. Lamar laughed a lot. Whenever Lamar laughs, bet against it.
Bet against it.
Who believes in Mason Rudolph? But somehow 2 games in a row he
I
puts a
said they bet off
God
Mason Rudolph in.
God does. Have you heard his post-game interviews? God believes in Mason Rudolph. And who are we to question the GOP?
God and he's like God and my mama.
Good Lord.
Hey,
And on the 8th day, the Lord created Mason Rudolph. The man invincible from helmets.
Hold on. Was that a leap year or something? Was that a leap
It's
year
8
or
days in the Jewish calendar. It's 8 days in the Jewish calendar. No, it is seriously.
I like that you know that.
No, he come on. Mel knows a lot of shit that he shouldn't know. But I mean,
talk about Mel's hat.
Oh
It's
Lord!
not the first or the last time he's gonna have cock on his head today.
So does
I'm advertising cock for these hoes out here.
I can't. So does anybody up here agree?
Walk the billboard.
This game could be over by halftime.
Yeah.
I will say this though: the Steelers have been running the ball better.
Yeah,
and they've been going deep to Pickens and Deontay.
Yeah,
I mean, they have the capability with their weapons to break a play or two.
Okay.
And if the Bills do the Bills thing of not being consistent and efficient and taking drives off and Josh tries to play hero ball, the Steelers defense will bait you into shit. Even without Watt.
Right.
They still have the ability to get there. They have the speed to contain Josh from running.
Yeah.
If you can make them one-dimensional, either taking away Josh and Cook in the run game or make them run the ball more than they want to, crazy shit can happen. They could stay in the game. I would take I'm taking the Bills, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers.
That was just a waste of breath. You know the Bills gonna win the game.
Hey, I will say this. I'm on my parlay. I am putting down for Josh Allen turnover because it's bound to happen.
Oh, that's
I would bet too. That too. Maybe in the first half.
It's bound to happen. Let's move on. Packers and Cowboys. This is an interesting matchup, and the reason why I say
I can see the Packers winning this game. I can see the Packers winning this game.
Really?
Yeah. Plus Flo's on here, so I gotta say
it. Cowboys fans are definitely having Packer traumatic stress disorder. They are having PTSD about the Packers coming into their stadium again in a playoff game. I don't care if Rodgers is gone. I don't care if Favre is gone. They see yellow pants and a green jersey coming in, and they are all collectively shitting their pants. Should the Cowboys win? Yes. Are the Cowboys the better team? Yes. Are the Cowboys a different team at home?
Right.
Yes. But it's still Mike McCarthy in the playoffs.
I'm about to send one of y'all some money so I can bet this parlay.
Oh, he throws it to Minka Fitzpatrick. Minka Fitzpatrick gets it. Oh no, Patrick Peterson, corner, because they're gonna try to test him because he's older. And he's going to still show him that he got a little juice left. But to the Packers Cowboys, I feel what you're saying, Nick. And because I agree with you 100%. The Cowboys are the better team. They got the better talent. They got everything. If you line them up side by side and you do the tail of the tape, majority of the stuff is going to go towards the Cowboys' way. Here's where it gets interesting. And y'all know where I'm going. Coaching. Mike McCarthy's good. He's good for a good fuck up. And it is almost like it's like almost around
perfect time.
It's almost around that time of the year for
McCarthy time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here for you, Flo. I'm here for you, bro.
It's almost about that time for McCarthy to have that fuck up of the year where he's like, bro, again?
Martin Luther King Day is like midnight for Mike McCarthy. As soon as Martin Luther King Day passes and divisional weekend gets here, it's like motherfucker turns back into a pumpkin. Or Martin Luther King Day, Mike McCarthy's like, we're good, man, no problem. We're gonna win this game. Next week, divisional round, it's like, oh shit, clock struck midnight.
It's like, I had a dream that the
Packers
is gonna beat the Cowboys.
He should win this game, but it's almost around that time of the year that is bound to happen. It's going to be a clock management issue. He's going to be one of them, I'm in field goal range, but I'm on 4th and 1, and I'm gonna go for it, and offense gets stopped, or I'm gonna get cute and have a trick play at midfield and then get stopped, or I'm gonna put my running back at center again. I don't know what's gonna happen.
And Zeke is going to the game. Did you hear that?
Who's that?
Zeke Elliott is
really?
to the game to support his former teammates. So everything's lining up for some crazy shit. Listen, the Cowboys should win this game. I'm picking the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm picking the Cowboys.
But I will be rooting for the Packers. My bet and my parlay for the 6 games has Cowboys. It's not haters who love us to lose. I mean,
no, Flo. I would love you to lose.
I would love you to win because I want to see the 49ers knock you out for the 3rd straight year. So I'm rooting for you to win. I want to see Deja
one, they go
again.
for it. Fumble. Wow.
And look, what do we do next? Does does Pollard play center and get steamrolled? Does Dak try to run it with 13 seconds left and take a knee and time runs out? Does McCarthy, does their kicker who hasn't missed all year miss a game-winning
That'd be the best.
He missed twice last week. He got the 2 misses out against Washington. But it's the Cowboys in the playoffs, and something crazy always happens. And it's not hating when it actually happens every year.
It's Mike McCarthy. And Flo, I love you, but I gotta put emphasis that it's Mike McCarthy. This at some point in time, look. We said about it earlier, the coaching situation. If he can't get past the 2nd round, Jerry Jones has to make that. He has to talk about it. He has to talk about it.
Going to the game with Elliott. Belichick will be in Jerry Jones' suite with the contract in front of him. And the second they lose the game, Jerry Jones is going to go like this.
Sign here.
There. $20 million. Coach this team next year. I want all the fucking headlines. That's 2 superpowers of hatred coming together.
Man, hey, if it ain't this week, it's probably definitely for sure next week.
Oh, and one more prediction to add to it. Saban teams up with Belichick and they coach them together.
Stop. I can't.
Wow.
I can't.
You want a fucking script? I just gave you a script, NFL.
Damn, Hollywood can't even write that. Rams, Lions. So I'm coming to you first, Detroit, man. How you feeling? How you, like Nick said, your confidence level on this? How you feeling about the Lions first?
I'm with a 7 on it.
Okay.
I think that, and the reason why I say it for 2 reasons. One is that the defense been so unpredictable. They go in, they go and play some good games. You see,
they finally put Jimmy in the ring of honor. Jinx over.
Maybe saving teams up with Bill on Madden 25 now on the field. I think the defense is what I'm worried about. Can they slow down Cup, Puka McCool, and put some pressure on Stafford, and force him to make throws he don't want to make too soon, and take advantage of that. I like the way Melifon will be stepping up. CJ Gardner-Johnson is back, and I just think that they have to play not lights out defense, and then looking at the offense. The offense has to be the offense they can be. It's like sometimes you see them and they like explosive offense. Sometimes you see them, they barely scoring with all those weapons. And you're supposed to have a great O-line. It's been a running ball, especially with Gibbs. And I haven't been liking the play calls lately by Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some been saying that, he's been holding back, waiting for this time. So let's see what you got. You don't have Sam Laporta, but I think that if you look at the offense last year, there was top 5 offense last year without Sam Laporta. So I think, one game without him against the Rams with Brock Wright or Mitchell, I think they can pull it off. They still excellent blocking tight ends. I'm still going to go with the Lions, but I'm still kind of concerned about the defense. Yeah, and like Flo said, the Rams has been hot. Are they going to ride that hot streak right into, beating the Lions at home? Them banning Detroit Stafford jersey should help.
So stupid.
They need to ban his wife from coming to the stadium. But go ahead, Nick.
I think the key to this game is Kyron Williams and the Rams run game. Detroit's very good at stopping the run. if the Rams, their offense has been at another level since Kyron Williams came back and Kupp came back, they've been elite.
They say no.
This is the same for Lions about and here's the thing. I said it earlier with the Browns, with Stefanski. You ride the hot coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget Sean McVay has a ring already.
Right.
Let's not forget he knows how to win in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You got Puka and Kupp together, which is better than Woods and Kupp were.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kyron Williams, who's better than Cam Akers was.
Mm-hmm.
You have a better offense now that everyone's healthy. Don't look at the seasonal statistics. Go look at since Kupp and Kyron Williams got back.
Yeah.
This offense is cooking.
Fire. Yeah.
They lost one game in Baltimore in overtime on a punt return, 37-31.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Rams to go to the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm picking the Rams to go to the Super Bowl.
I'm clipping
it. Picking Sean McVay to win this game, go into San Francisco, and then whoever that got the championship game after that.
Now, I do agree with Flo right here. The Rams are the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at their numbers. Their offense.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Nick. The fact of the matter is
that I'm so fucking used to you doing it. I got to defend myself.
I'm just saying, it's like, hey, I did not see them winning 10 games this year.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody did.
Right.
So the fact that they even eclipsed that and got to that point, I mean, I hate to say it, and here's the thing: the Lions are, there's been, as much as we talk about Mike McCarthy and his situations, man, this has a Dan Campbell taking a risk and not the reward paying off type of mojo written all over it. He's going to take a risk, and it's like, yeah, bro, you should have just took the points or punted it or, lived to play another down. I got a feeling he's going to make a risky decision in this game, and it's going to be that risk that's going to bite him in the ass. And then so let me ask you this, man, because there's times where Dan Campbell has taken some risks and it just hasn't paid off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree. I think, listen to some of the press conference and stuff he's been saying.
100%.
What did he say? Oh, but I think Sean out coaches Dan. I will say this too. Speaking of that too, I think Dan Campbell's a better coach than people give him credit for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that he does make risky plays, but they're not. I'm trying to see how to word it. Some people make decisions and they just straight stupid decision with no logic to it.
Reckless.
Oh, Brandon Staley.
He's reckless. He's like a 6-year-old playing Madden. We're gonna go for everything.
Right, but I think that in his mind there's some logic to what he's doing. Whether or not we agree with it, I think there's some logic to why he's doing it. Versus someone that's out there like they're just the stupid shit for just no reason. Now, having said that, huh?
The playoffs are different. You could do that in a game in October out of division.
I'm getting to that.
All right.
I think that when the playoffs come, I think he's gonna make like some of those things we should have kicked it. I think he will kick it. Cause I heard going by what I heard him say in the press conference. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. I just had to ask that because my thing is
it does concern me. Trust me.
Oh, it has to. It has to. It has to concern you because no matter how loyal you are to your team, you've seen them make, some questionable, risky decisions. And sometimes they pay off and he looks like a genius, and sometimes they don't pay off. And it's like, bro, you can't outsmart yourself sometimes.
Flo, we just think you're crazy because your first name is Albert.
Yeah, they said the same thing about Einstein, right? So, it is a factor that I think that needs to be stated on this game, and unfortunately, I don't want Dan to put the Lions in a position that they have to fight out of a hole dealing with that offense that the Rams are coming with. This is not the game you want to play chance. This is not the game that you want to, roll the dice on, pimp. This is the game that you need to, hey, I pick and choose when to take your chances. Like,
I agree with that, Flo.
You know, so it is, you know, like that for that instance. Don't we, you know, okay, the 2-point conversion was taken from you on the first time. There's 2 other chances. Take the points. Take the field goal, bro.
Here's the thing, adding on what both of you said. Number one, a tiger can't change its stripes.
And that's true.
Dan Campbell, his problem is he doesn't play smart football at key moments. He's always trying to be the smartest guy in the room. But sometimes the smartest play is the safe play. If he can get somebody in his ear to convey that, listen, the Lions are home. That place is going to be nuts, man. I don't know. That place is going to be insane.
Was it 93 the last time you had a home playoff game?
I believe so.
That'd be Scott Mitchell era, right? Scott Mitchell, Herman Moore, Brett Perryman, Barry, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think it was Scott Mitchell playing that game. But yeah, you might be right. Go ahead.
Was it Mitchell or it wasn't Rodney P, was it?
No,
Rodney P was before that.
Rodney P, was he drafted 89?
Something, yeah, he drafted in 89. Yeah, right, you're right, 89 from USC. Yeah. Was it? Well, anyway, go ahead. I can't remember.
The outside looking in, I'm not coming at you. I'm just assessing.
No, we cool.
You do, as a Lions fan, you do not want to get into a game where it's Sean McVay's decision making against Dan Campbell's decision making. You gotta hope that the players create a separation where Campbell can't be Campbell. If there's any team this weekend, you're not going against McCarthy with the Cowboys. You're not going against a coach who also makes bad decisions.
Right.
You're going against McVay, who's usually the smartest guy in the room. You got to hope the talent of your team and your coordinators keep the game out of Campbell's decision making. That's the way the Lions win this game. The Rams, keep it close and wait for Campbell to be Campbell, because he will take points off his own board. He will make a reckless decision. He'll go for it on 4th down in his own territory, give you a short field if you stop it. If I'm the special teams of the Rams, I'm not even putting a fucking returner back. I'm playing defense every time you snap the ball upon. Let the ball fucking roll 6 extra yards, because I might get a stop when you're dumb enough to go for it and get the ball at the 33. So, like I said, I'm not coming at you, Mel, but there is recklessness that is major cause for concern. This Lions team is too talented to have Dan Campbell be reckless and cost them a playoff game or a deep playoff run.
Agreed.
Talent-wise, they're up there.
And Aaron Glenn, man. Aaron Glenn, too. He has to know how to call the right defense. It's like sometimes I'm like, why are you calling the defense against this particular team? You know, it's like sometimes he calls the wrong defense for the team that he's playing against. And they come out and at halftime to make an adjustment, he doesn't make the right adjustment sometimes. Yeah.
Hey, Mel, what's up with Sam Laporta? He's
not playing.
Oh,
he's out.
Yeah, he's out. He's not playing this game. If they win, he'll play in the next game.
Oh,
but like I said, my point earlier to that too, but you gotta look at it like this though. Last year they was in the top 5 as far as offense without Sam Laporta.
I feel
Brock Wright and Mitchell. I think that Ben Johnson can scheme enough to put. Yeah, Jameson Williams is playing. He's been coming along. You still got St. Brown. You still got Reynolds. You still got Khalif Raymond. You still have players that can make plays. Jack Gibbs that can catch out the backfield. Yeah. So, yeah, I would love to have Sam Laporta. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think if they lose, it won't be because Sam Laporta.
Okay.
Or if they win, it won't be because, you know what I'm saying? I think.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
I think he's an icing on the cake, but he's not. I'm not trying to diminish his talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I just had to ask because I think that changes your offense a little bit.
It does.
Just because Sam Laporta was cooking all year. I mean, that guy was a difference maker.
Yeah.
He and you look at quarterbacks like Jared Goff, who aren't going to have the most talented arm, and they not, don't make always the best reads. Sam Laporta was always a good safety foul for him, and him not being there, like it's almost like when Mahomes doesn't have Kelsey, like safety valve at tight end, and he ain't there, and that makes you play different type of football.
I'd be more worried they ain't had St. Brown than Sam Laporta.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I think that's more of a safety valve.
You can get creative with it, right? Laporta's going to get the linebacker. You could put 2 running backs in the backfield, flex Gibbs out, and have the matchup with the linebacker. You can do things to help. But I can see Jahmyr Gibbs having a breakout game.
Yeah. because at
He,
some
only
point,
50,
at
he,
some
only, he was
point,
only 50 yards away from having a 1,000-yard game.
what
Then
I'm
you
saying
have
is,
Montgomery had a 1,000-yard game. You almost had two running backs having 1,000 yards.
so obviously David Montgomery's going to be your bruiser. He's going to get you your yards on the ground. What I'm saying is with Gibbs, is he's such an electric person in the backfield, in the passing game, in the running game. He's a utility knife. I mean, I put him on any of them linebackers of the Rams, you winning all day. So I can see him getting a lot of chunk yards in mismatches because that's what he kind of did. Trust me, he still haunts me from week one. I was like, don't get caught in the open field 1-on-1 with Jahmyr Gibbs. He gonna juke you out your jock strap. So you might send you to a hospital with a broken ankle. So it's an interesting matchup. But I'm with Nick, and obviously that's why I asked that question about coaching when you see Dan Campbell making those decisions, and that neutralizes a lot of things. That neutralizes a lot, but. Let's get to the finale of Wild Card Weekend, Monday night.
Just another game that I looked at the Cowboys game. I can see the Bucs winning this game.
Okay.
Oh, the Bucs are winning this game.
Really?
The Bucs are winning this game.
You two are just automatically going Tampa Bay.
The Bucs are winning this game.
Mayfield over Jalen Hurts.
Yes, I'm taking them over Jalen Hurts. That's been injured. Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Since the Buffalo game that they won in overtime, they're 1-5.
Okay.
They can't throw the ball. They're not running the ball the same. They are not the same team. And I am betting heavily on A.J. Brown having a fucking major meltdown, and like Antonio Brown style in the true Brown fashion.
Wait, talking about taking the jersey and the pads off and everything?
I'm talking about just flipping the fuck out on the sideline. I see this game. There is so much pressure on Philly, and I don't think they're handling the pressure well. You're 1-5 in your last 6. You're not scoring. You got lit up by the fucking Giants 24-0 to start the game, in a game that you wanted to win, in a game where you played everybody.
With your starters. Oh,
right.
I'm glad you said that, because Eagles fans, I need y'all to stop being delusional. Oh, no, y'all ran out there with your starters and was getting your ass kicked.
For real.
I'm taking the Bucs. I'm taking the Bucs, and I'm taking Baker Mayfield to have a very big game.
I will say this to your point, Nick. That secondary for the Philadelphia Eagles, trash, booty
Mike
juice,
Evans is chomping the fucking bit.
They are absolutely garbage back there on that secondary. They are absolutely dog shit on that secondary. All right, so we talk about the two teams that in the Super Bowl last year and they struggled this year, but there's a vast difference on what the Eagles are doing.
I agree.
And what the Chiefs are doing, because the Eagles, not only have they somewhat struggled on offense and been especially Jalen Hurts has been very turnover heavy.
Toilet Gatorade chug.
But that defense is putrid, especially on the back end. Well, I don't know what's going on with that.
And that's one thing we coming into the season with the draft picks and what they had last year and this year. We was like, oh yeah, that defense gonna be good.
The Philadelphia Bulldogs.
Yeah, and it was like, what happened?
I guess that national championship worn off from the Bulldogs that they drafted. I don't know. But
they has, don't get me wrong, they got some bright spots. I think Swift been looking pretty good. And AJ Brown's their whole offense though. And Devontae Smith gonna have to step up, man. I mean, I'm tired of and I'm not speaking from what I see now as an Eagle fan, but we watching the Eagles game, and then you'll see AJ Brown, then all of a sudden Smith will make one play. He has to be more than that. Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason. I mean, I agree with Nick about the injury to Hurts, but you got to be more than just one player on your team. On offense. Yeah.
Just down the stretch, they just didn't play good. And I'm not using it as an excuse. I mean, their schedule was crazy. Down that stretch, they were playing playoff teams back to back to back to back to back. And that's no excuse. Fact of the matter is, you got to play the schedule that's handed to you. And more times than not, they didn't show up. They didn't show up. And you know, and to me, what really changed my mind was that game against Seattle. Like, damn, y'all really playing like this?
Right.
So
they haven't scored, man.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Since they had the Bills overtime win,
they've been turning the ball over,
19
not scoring, and they've been giving up the cheeks on defense.
it's 19 points against the 49ers at home.
Mhm.
It was 13 points at the Cowboys, 17 points at the Seahawks, 33 in a win over the Giants at home, 31 in a loss at home to the Cardinals, and 10 at the Giants with a loss. They are not functioning well. Whether it's Hurts, whether it's the play calling, whether it's the league figured out what they're doing, because there's always that window of this is what we do. The league hasn't figured out how to stop it yet. And then the great ones, once you figure out, reinvent yourself, and they keep moving on.
Hey, why don't y'all just do brotherly shove across the whole damn field and see it?
Everything that works, huh?
That personifies everything about Philadelphia. They just want to grab each other's ass and getting a big man pile time. They look like little pieces of chopped up cheesesteak all piling up on one another.
Hey, yeah.
Fire's off, bitches. You're gonna lose.
I'm saying it tongue in cheek, but hell, that's the only thing that's been working for him is that damn brotherly shove push. Because other than that, I mean, the offense has been anemic, inconsistent, and it's not just Jalen Hurts. Like you said, AJ Brown. And I agree with Flo, if he's not getting involved in the game early, that man pows.
He's a fucking suicide bomber. You don't get that ball early, he is a suicide bomber.
Right.
He will beat the Eagles by himself because he will wreck that whole sideline.
And then it all compiles with the lackluster on the defensive side. So it's like Nick Sirianni, out of this team was 10-1, and then all of a sudden you killed yourselves.
Yeah.
You shot yourselves.
Yeah. I got a prop bet. I need everyone's input. It's 2023. Shit gets nuts. What game has the best viral fight video from the stands? I'm going with Philly and Tampa. You can't pick Kansas City because everyone's going to be so goddamn bundled up. No one will be able to move and punch. So the Kansas City game's eliminated. Give me Tampa Bay. Give me arrogant Eagles fans losing, and a brawl breaks out in the Tampa Bay Eagle game in the stands.
Hey, here's the kicker to that prop bet. It won't be Eagles fighting Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Fighting each other. Ooh. We gotta call FanDuel. Yo, we got an idea. And they were like, "Yeah, pays even money." We already thought of that.
Yeah. Now you guys are going Buccaneers, but I'm gonna surprise y'all. Just because the Eagles are looking so trash. Watch the script goes towards the Eagles just because.
That's a good point.
I haven't had a chance to shit on Baker all year because he's managed to stay out of my crosshairs.
I'll find a way.
This might be the game he finds a way for the other shoe to drop.
For who?
Baker Mayfield.
This might be the game that the other shoe drops.
Coming out. Remember Baker in Cleveland when he
with that 11-5 season? I know
the Chiefs. This has Monday Night Football playoffs, man. Give me Baker to shock the world and be like, yo, everyone wrote me off. I bounced around from Cleveland to Carolina to LA to Tampa. Give me Baker Mayfield with a fucking elite, jaw-dropping, Troy Aikman drooling on himself type of performance. And that's not because of the CTE and the concussions. That's because of Baker's actual performance.
We'll see what happens, because to me, that Monday Night Football game is going to be real interesting, because and obviously I don't think those are the same teams that they played each other earlier in the season when they was at Monday Night Football in Philly. But I'm just got a gut feeling that Baker's going to flip that script and drop that other shoe that I've been waiting for him to drop. But who knows?
Always difficult to beat a team twice in a season.
Right, of course.
Always difficult to do it.
Especially when they're not a division opponent and you don't know them that well. So I agree with you. But, man, we appreciate everybody jumping in the comments, man. We love it when y'all with us, man, and have conversation with us. For those who don't like football, sorry, sucks for you guys. This was a very football heavy show today, is because football is king.
Sport to get better. Tell your sport to be more entertaining. Tell your sport to have the highest ratings.
Well, football had a lot going on when we talking about coaches, carousel, coaches getting fired, retiring, and things like that, and they're big name coaches, so we had to talk about it. And then we got playoffs coming up, so we didn't talk a lot of basketball or anything else today. It's okay. That's just the nature of the beast. But we appreciate everybody tapping in with us for episode 305. Look at the bottom of your screen. That's where you can find this. I.O.W. Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, most importantly, the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Let you know when we drop new content. I.O.W. Sports 1 on Twitter. You can catch us all personally on Twitter if you want to interact with us. Proud New York Jets fans for Big Homie Nick Shine on Twitter. Detroit Mail for the big homie over there on Twitter, and of course KC Wildcard on the Twitter for myself. So with all that being said, man, we appreciate the love and support. Y'all keep rocking with us. Shout out to Flo. Y'all tap in with Bottom Line Sports.
Right.
Content.
Go on YouTube and approve that.
Yeah.
I just dropped my Proud New York Jets fan link in the chat for everybody.
Yeah.
Tap approve it from YouTube. They won't see it.
Yeah, tap in with Nick on his content. Tap in with Detroit Mail with the No Name podcast for the Detroit Lions fans. Tap in with myself, Wildcard Chief, for my Chiefs fans. So, hey, man, it's been a great season so far. We'll see how the playoffs play out. And, hey, go enjoy a wonderful weekend full of football. Stay warm, because I am not going to that game. I will not.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Drink some water with your Hennessy, and come back Monday. And hey, see y'all later. Peace.
Everyone, Mel, peace out.
Nigga.